This week, Amazon announced a new variety of devices and features. Out of them, here are my 5 top updates coming. The last one, make sure to stay for it. That's the one I'm actually the most excited about out of all of them. Now, I'm not going to cover everything announced at the Amazon event. We saw updates from Ring, Blink, Eero, the new Amazon Halo Light, and all the things that I'm going to cover right now. So I'll put links to everything down in the description. But first, let's talk about the Echo Dot and Echo Dot with clock. I'm actually pretty excited that those got an update. They actually got a few more updates than I thought a Dot would get. So first, Amazon always tries to update the sound. So for this, they did improve the sound apparently on it. They're saying twice as much bass out of the same size. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's hear it. My favorite Echo is the Echo Dot with clock. These things just sit there like those are over there doing nothing. At least the Dot with the clock has a clock for you. This new version has a high density dot display. With that display, you can see not only the time and timers, you can see song titles, weather, and events that are coming up. There's a new accelerometer that offers tap control, so you can tap the top to stop music, end a phone call, stop a timer, and other features, I'm sure. They've added a temperature sensor, so you could always ask what the temperature is in the room, or you could use that temperature sensor to trigger routines. Another routine trigger you could use is motion sensing from the Echo Dots. Now, this is the big update. I think it's going to help a lot of people out. I love the direction they're going. I pictured this when Amazon bought Eero, but then it never happened. The Echo Dots are now going to be Wi-Fi extenders, so you can pair them with an Eero router and extend your Wi-Fi coverage. Now, what's really cool is with supported Echoes from the 4th generation Echoes, those are also going to be able to be Wi-Fi extenders. So really, every room in the house you put one of these supported Echoes, you're going to get better internet coverage. Now note, that's only going to work with Eero routers. You can't just pair with any router. For the regular Echo Dot, it's $49.99. If you want the clock, it's $10 more. I think it's worth it. I mean, go buy a $10 clock, see what you're going to get. They also have the new kids versions for $59.99 that are a dragon and an owl. Maybe you bought the previous animal versions for the kids. You can add these to the collection. You can create a little Echo Zoo. Now, number 2 update that I think is going to add a lot more value to the Echo Show 15-inch is the Fire TV update. It's going to get the same Fire TV update that syncs with your other Fire TV devices. You're going to be able to use other apps. So even though there's not native Disney Plus support on the Echoes, with this Fire TV, you'll be able to access Disney or Paramount Plus or those other streaming services. Now, after that, I'm actually picturing my Echo Show 15 over here finding a space in the kitchen because there are times we do want to watch those different services. Now, before you go run out and buy your Echo Show 15, that's coming later this year, so you do have time to pick up one. It is cool to have that Fire TV interface to make it a much better media device. It'd be cool if they could add the Fire TV interface to all the Echo Shows. Now, before we continue, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, because I'm gonna go through each of these devices after I pick up one. Maybe not the kids' Echo Dots. Next, we have the Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED. And if you're not familiar with QLED, it sounds like OLED, but it really is like a variation of LCD. The biggest thing is in there is a quantum dot filter on the Samsung version is what they call that. But that filter helps with more vibrant colors and better contrast ratio in it, but it still is basically LCD. Now, for my last 2 Samsung TVs, I went with QLED because it was noticeably brighter and looked better than the Ultra HD versions that were 1 tier down. So I'm really curious about this. Also, there are some features I'm really surprised. This has backlighting up to 96 different zones. That is important. Well, when you dim those different zones down or brighten those zones, it helps for brighter colors and darker blacks in there. So the more zones, the more the colors and brightness can be separated out. So typically you'd spend about $2,000 in the Samsung lineup for a 75-inch to get that many zones versus the 75-inch from Amazon at $1,099. Or you could get a 65-inch for $799. Those different zones are going to help out a lot when taking advantage of the supported Dolby Vision IQ or the adaptive HDR10 Plus that will take in the light in the room and adjust the colors and brightness to give you that best HDR image. Now, being a Amazon Fire TV, you have Amazon's Assistant built in. That way you can use your voice to control this television. Also, they've implemented widgets that you'll find on the Echo Show 15. You can put it in ambient art mode. Just the fact a 65-inch QLED starts at $7.99 for 80 dimmable zones. I am curious how this is going to look. Number 4 is the Fire TV Cube. It's on update this year that gave it a new design and a fabric front on it. It looks a lot more refined. The new Fire TV Cube is 20% faster with its new processor. There is improved sound so that it actually sounds better when responding to you instead of just a little speaker underneath. You also have hands-free control. I've always thought about the Fire TV Cube as kind of a blend between an Echo Dot and a Fire TV stick. Now, what I think is pretty cool about this Fire TV is the ports on it. I was kind of surprised. There's HDMI in and out, so you pass video through and you can pass video out, which is not surprising. You're supposed to. You also have a USB-A, so you could hook up a webcam if you want. There's an Ethernet port, so you could hardwire it for the fastest connection. Another cool feature is hearing aid support, so that you can hear the sound from the Fire TV direct in hearing aids and be able to adjust the sound as needed. Now, the Fire TV Cube is $139.99, and you can pre-order it today. This next device is the one I'm most excited about. I think it fills an interesting space like previous versions do. It is the Kindle Scribe. And the Kindle Scribe is a Kindle book with a 10-point-inch screen and a pretty good resolution, so you get a good looking screen. But what's different than other Kindles is that you can write on the screen. You can use the pencil. There's 2 different versions. You have a basic pencil, and then you have a premium pencil. That premium has an eraser on the end, and it also has a shortcut button to launch a shortcut. Now, neither of those pencils have to be charged. You could just attach it to the side of the Kindle Scribe, and with that pencil, you can mark up PDF forms. You could read a Kindle book and take notes, and it'll organize those notes based on the chapters and what you were reading. You can also download templates for like journaling, to-do lists. There's a lot of stuff that this sounds kind of cool. Big reason I want it is, well, 1, my Kindle kind of lives upstairs next to my bed. But 2, I see it just sitting here on the desk. And if you're not familiar with Kindles, the battery on them can last for months because it only uses power to change the screen. And Amazon's saying that the Kindle Scribe can last for weeks. It sounds cool. That'll just be my notepad that's sitting here if I want. Or when I am reading a nonfiction book and I want to take some notes. I know you can do the marking up and the notes on an iPad, but it just, the glass being smooth, it's not nice to write on. And when you go with those paper-type screen protectors, they're a frost matte finish that just lowers the quality of the image on the iPad. So to have something that's just a dedicated writing notepad sounds good for me. The Kindle Scribe starts at $339 with the basic pen, and then $369 with the premium pen that adds the shortcut button and the eraser. Personally, I think I'd spend the extra money there because it sounds a lot quicker just to erase something on it than to have to access an eraser tool. What Amazon updates are you most excited about? Next, make sure to check out this video over here for some more great smart home information. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.